because I already know by the title where this shit's going. Alright, let's do this.
If you want to rouse passionate opinions, just discuss the origin of the human race. Some people of faith still argue the literal.
Stop. How is this literal? Hold on, let's go back.
Opinions,
Yes.
just discuss the origin of the human race. Some people of faith.
Now, how is that original? They just said in it, genetically created. How could black folks come from this right here? Or Native Americans? Or Asians? Or anybody else other than more white folks? Right there lets you know what's going on. You see the little devil in the back, whatever. Not this stupid symbol, but this one right here in the painting. Right there lets you know. You know, Eve has a very weird body structure, don't she? Look how big this fucking shoulder is and shit. It's like a dude. It's like, no, they didn't really even get the woman form down.
Still argue the literal, biblical.
Now, that's not biblical. These people are not biblical people. I mean, if we want to be serious about it. If we don't want to be serious about it, then fuck it. You're absolutely right. There you go. There's Adam right there. Blue eyes or whatever. Brown, whatever. You know, red hair. All right. There's your Adam. There's your Eve. If you guys believe that, there you go.
Perspective. That we were.
Look at this, man. I mean, really. We supposed to come from these two right here. Every human being. This right here, this type of nonsense is what gives credence to Minister Farrakhan when he said, or, you know, I back up off that because I'm not sure if he's the one that said it, but it gives credence to a man that would say that the Bible is just meant for white people. There's really nothing there for you, melanated man, because this is what it's about. And that's what they'll tell you.
Created in an instant by a creator.
Oh, I like that. I stop right there. You got Adam over here, right? And you got God over here. See what's so important about Adam being white? Because if Adam's white and he's in the image of God, boom, there's God. He's white as well. And a monkey in the middle. Ain't that a bitch? All right, let's continue.
Well, the scientific community has long claimed that we are the result of pure evolution.
Whoa. Even in the evolution that they went from a monkey to a motherfucker with straight hair. Where's the kinky hair? Or do you get kinky hair from straight hair? I'm not for sure. Of course I am, actually. That's a rhetorical question. Hold on, let me get this shit. I want you guys to see this stupid shit.
Means an evolving species, but also
Hold on. Let's go back, you stupid whore.
Created in an instant by a creator. Well, the scientific community has long claimed that we are the result.
Stop. Let's just stop each one of these punk-ass pictures. Now, does that look like any human being that you know or seen? Ever? No. Of course, it's not meant to be. I know this is... Okay, but let's hit the next one.
Pure evolution.
Bam! Now, you should probably say, oh, that could be a Hispanic or practically maybe a Native American or someone from India. All right? Well, where's the kinky hair? Where's the dark skin? Where is that?
As it turns out, more and more evidence is showing the likelihood that both theories actually hold some truth. That the human race is by all means an evolving species, but also that there are a multitude of reasons to believe that a more intelligent life form played a role in developing our DNA.
Here we go. Now this is basically racist white folks trying to invent their history. That's all this is. I'm sorry I didn't mean, you know, if I'm hurting your feelings or you're getting upset, too bad, because this is what this shit is. All this is straight garbage. There's 22 minutes and 13 seconds of straight bullshit, fucking garbage. I already destroyed it right out the fucking gate. You know, no. But let's continue.
As we unravel more mysteries from our past, more and more geneticists are pushing the boundaries of accepted theories by mentioning the A word.
Oh, here we go. You know, they take some deformed fucking head. Oh my God! This is evidence! Instead of just being honest, we all come from different planets. All right, Earth is this big ass cosmic fuck nut job that just went sideways. And if there's war down here between us, then there's war in heaven between us. The heavens, meaning the greater cosmos in this dimensional plane. Oh, jeez, man. But that's some crazy shit. But no more crazier than this bullshit.
Yes, alien. And the overwhelming evidence that something.
Once again, I doubt where you're gonna see one black face in this whole fucking. You ain't gonna see no Asian. You ain't gonna see no Native American. Well, you kind of did, baby, if you want to throw in that bullshit evolution montage they threw at us. But you ain't gonna see no melanated people. You know. So in other words, they might be trying to tell white folks, "Hey, y'all just straight up aliens in this shit," because this is
Played a
weird.
role in our evolution. So if you're among the
Hold on. And I'm not trying to be ignorant, alright? I'm not trying to be ignorant.
overwhelming evidence
I gotta
that
stop something.
something played a role in our evolution.
Now, how are you gonna draw this motherfucker? You covered up, oh, gross tits here, so we don't, heaven forbid, we see a fucking nipple. This motherfucker's running. I don't know. If I was running, my shit would be like in front of me, going towards, like, the way I'm running away from the angel here. But this fucking Vienna sausage, this fucker's packing. And she has to put up with this. She's looking down at it. She's like, Ksh, yeah, no fucking nothing for you. I'm covering up the tits. She's like, there ain't nothing here. You know, there ain't nothing here. And this motherfucker over here, he's like, hold on, babe, I got something for you. See how, even subconsciously, you see this coming out on this right here? She's looking, nothing there, but there's something here. I mean, that's just a side note. Once again, to showing the sexual depravity of people who subscribe to this type of nonsense. But let's continue on. But she does have some hips, and she's not shaven. And I guess they don't have belly buttons because they were first created. All right, let's go.
So if you're among those people still laughing off this possibility,
All right, laugh it off. I'm fucking say you guys are fucking crazy as fuck.
because you've never seen one, we'd like to bring you up to speed with some of the remarkable discoveries being discussed in the scientific community. Ones that prove our genetic makeup has to be more than the luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw, huh? How many people have died in wars? I'm talking about luck of the draw. Come on.
Biological SETI. Some things are so exquisitely created, there had to be an artist involved. This appears to be the story of our DNA. In 2013, physicists at the National University of Kazakhstan claimed that in human DNA there's a mathematical code so sophisticated it simply cannot be explained by evolution, and that it actually makes more
Yeah, I
sense
dislike
if it
this
were
shit.
designed by another intelligent life form. The research, published in the science journal Icarus, pointed out that human DNA is ordered in mathematical precision, and it has perfectly ordered patterns of ideographs, which means our DNA uses symbols to express physical concepts similar to how we use them to convey language. And language is a human construct.
Hold on. How are you gonna show some Egyptian and Asian, but in your first little fucking montage here, there's none? You know, you can see it right there in the lower right there. See? You don't look Asian or African. Maybe Native American, South American, perhaps. And then here we go with the bullshit.
It would be similar to finding one of the beautiful multicolored mandalas that are made of sand, and assuming that it was somehow created randomly by nature. The Kazakhstan physicists also suggested something very radical. Our DNA coding has remained relatively unchanged since our creation. So,
Once again, what? I mean, come the fuck on, man. Come on. Really? Everybody came from these folks, did they?
it
Everybody.
functions like a file cabinet
Oh,
to
it's
preserve
like
the
fucking
human
hell.
design. The physicists think the code harbors a kind of receiver like an extraterrestrial satellite dish.
All right, just bear with me, guys, man. I just can't listen to this fucking cunt.
Even after 1,000 degrees Celsius. A team of researchers
Wait, what's this
of
about?
life on the outside of it, and
Hold on.
when it returned, it had a small microscopic sphere made of titanium and vanadium, about the width of a human hair, which had come from space. This particle had threads of life on the outside of it and a gooey substance containing some kind of biological life shooting out from its center. And when the rocket returned to Earth, this particle still harbored that life, even after 1,000 degrees Celsius. A team of researchers at the University of Buckingham speculated that the biological material contained genetic material, but they had absolutely no idea where it had come from. One plausible theory states that it was evidence of something called directed panspermia, which is the spread of
Or it was a rocket, right? So we might assume there might have been not aliens, astronauts on board. What if a motherfucker just took a piss and when they jettison it, it was still semi-warm. It just kind of, well, then how would you explain it? Never mind, scratch that. See, I'm not always right.
of living systems by space travel to suitable environments or
Don't. No, fuck. Hold on. Just bear with me, folks. Fucking commercials, dude.
planets by intelligent life forms in space. This seeming piece of science fiction would probably never even have been taken seriously, were it not for the fact it was suggested by Francis Crick, the Nobel Prize recipient for DNA research, who spoke out relentlessly against the closed minds in the scientific community. Other researchers were concerned it might have been the intention of a more sinister purpose, deliberately engineered with a life-threatening virus and then sent to Earth with maliciousness. Could this life-oozing particle have randomly hitchhiked on a comet? Well, given its nature and its properties, it had.
Okay, chick, I know you're subtly, but think about this, folks. Where did the life form come from? I mean, okay, if it came from a comet, let's just say it came from a comet, but where did it originate from? You're saying it just originated in space and, in the comet field of, these rocks that just magically come together to form planets? Come the fuck on.
Had all the signs of having been sent intentionally. And its discovery did begin to dampen the knee-jerk reaction towards the possibility that alien life engaged in the development of our own.
Or this bitch can quit fucking drinking wine and eating Quaaludes to talk so fucking lethargic. Hold on, let's try this. I don't know.
Anywhere else in Europe. But this language isn't just isolated. It's completely unrelated to any other million years. Until only a short time ago, about 200,000 years ago, Homo sapiens, better known as us, appeared. No small change, a biggie. If you look at evolution, tends to make tools. But if evolution happens slowly over a long period of time, there should be slight changes in our ancestors. The evidence, however, is to the contrary. Roughly 6 million years ago, one of many different ape-like species stood upright and began to walk on 2 feet. Then, no change for 4 million years, until, according to fossil records, this species began to make stone tools. Then, once again, no advances for almost 2 million years, until only a short time ago, about 200,000 years ago, Homo sapiens, better known as us, appeared.
Us. Now, where's the black folks at? Once again, where are the black folks at? Give me some black folks. But you ain't gonna get none. Not in this fucking diatribe of bullshit.
No small change, a biggie. If you look at evolutionary charts, they're misleading. They show the evolution of man without showing what has actually been discovered.
Wait, where's the black guy at? Hold on. Is this the black guy? No. Is that a black guy? No. Is that a black guy? No. Is that a black guy? No. That's basically who you're calling Jesus. He has a Jesus beard, the little hair. All he needs is a robe and a couple of nail holes, and he's good to go. Now, this is sad. This is sad because this shit is taught in our fucking schools to our kids. That evolution's right on. So you go from an ape to a white guy. No blacks, no Asians, no, no nothing. Unless you're trying to be cute and saying that's the black, this is the Asian, and this is, I don't know, his cousin. Pieces of shit.
Discovered. If you look at the actual fossils compared, it's clear there's no transition species from ape-like creature, which existed for millions of years, to today's human. In fact, we should be more likely to find more recent fossils than the ancient ones, like the famous Lucy, who dates back almost 3 million years. Where are the more recent transition beings? Where is the missing link? Considering alligators haven't changed at all in at least 65 million years, it's possible the missing link is missing because it doesn't exist.
No.
Because a genetic modification done by a more advanced life form was responsible for the leap in our intelligence.
Uh-oh, here we go. Now, if you accept that, that means you just open the door to white supremacy. You see, we're more fucking stronger and smarter because aliens made us this way, buddy. That's all that this show is reinforcing. Continue with the fucking mind-numbing bullshit.
This theory could also explain why there are so many different races
No,
or
it don't.
versions.
Hold on, Aaron. This is the first black face we saw, and we're fucking 12 minutes and 35 seconds into your little presentation. You're saying that now this explains all the races, and we go back through all your little bullshit, and no, we ain't seen no diversions of the singularity. The only thing that's true in this picture, going from right to left, is that she, in her DNA, along with her counterpart, who is genetically similar but male, could produce her, and ultimately her. Now, it was like, what the fuck? Look, either you accept that as reality, or else you accept, this stuff here, this right there as reality. Or you accept, we're all like, the space, the space still here. We're from space. Come on, let's continue on.
Of humans in only a few 100,000 years. Our shared ancestor, Eve, and beyond.
That's not Eve, though. Eve would have to have been, if what your guys are trying to suggest, Eve would have to have been this chick right here. Well, I missed it. Should have been a black chick. Seriously, ain't all humanity's not coming from this. It's genetically impossible. Even in your fucking deal. I guess it's possible if Eve was white and Adam was black. Well, then you could argue, yeah, I guess it's possible,
In the Hebrew Bible, the book of Genesis says Eve was created from Adam's rib bone and given the breath of life. In recent years, with more accurate technologies to measure our genes, genetic studies have exploded. This has given us profound insight into our ancestry. There's evidence every human being alive today can trace our lineage back to a single, common female ancestor of African origin who lived around
Hold on, stop! You're saying, where's the kinky fucking hair? And the motherfucker couldn't have no bright ass eyes. Jeez, fuck. When would this fucking madness end? Let's just hurry up and get this bullshit done.
200,000 years ago. Because the studies measure variations of mitochondrial DNA against the average rate of mutation over time, this common female ancestor...
Oh, hold on. Now hold on, let's look at here. But no, she still got to braid her little hair and shit, alright? Wow. Reconstructed Eve. Finally.
...is called mitochondrial Eve. All of humanity has thus evolved from one of two branches that came from Eve. One branch is entirely African, and the other contains all other races with some African lineage. Though there are no physical remains of this Eve per se, her existence has been confirmed. At one time, a female harbored all current existing genes.
Oh my God! Did you see how painful that was for her to say? And if you want to believe, let me take another Quaalude and another drink. Fucking
Mitochondrial Eve wasn't the first or only woman on Earth when she lived. It's thought that a cataclysmic event occurred while she was alive, massively reducing the human population and creating a genetic bottleneck. But why humans evolved with two entirely different paths still remains unexplained. What also eludes us is how, after millions of years, suddenly so many races evolved within such a short period of time. Although new methods of determining genetics has answered many questions, these
But she won't give you none of those answers, by the way.
methods have also opened up Pandora's box. As one Harvard professor has pointed out, ancient DNA is expensive. Why? Because so little of ancient DNA is human. So, what is it? The double helix in ancient carvings. We know that on virtually every continent, wherever there are cryptic carvings among
Hey guys and Gail.
No, we're not hearing your bullshit.
ruins, there are countless numbers of strange giant hybrid humans or other creatures portrayed as sky or inner earth gods and creators of man. So even if these creator god images were simply folklore, how do you explain the images of the double helix that is also
I can explain it very, very simply. Just like it explains the South African or South American debacle. Shortly after the fall of the Roman Empire, there were ships that were sent out, secret organization style. They went to all these little countries, and they seeded these thoughts that germinate within the people. That then later on, when Christopher and the boys comes along, these motherfuckers bow down. Oh, they're gods. Oh my God, they taught me how to make a little guacamole. They taught me how to fucking whatever, cut a fucking coconut in half. I don't give a fuck. But the reality is, there's always the forerunners. All right, they come before, and they seed all the ideals, and then they vanish, and then the people come through. That's why you guys know the story of the founding of America. What was that? Not Roanoke Island, but one of those. Maybe Jamestown, where they found the Native American who spoke perfect English. Really? We're out here starving, guys. We're on like we're in Mars. We're fucking starving. Me and 20 of you, and we're trying to make a little settlement. And then this Martian cat walks up speaking perfect English. And don't forget, English isn't a stagnant language. When they mean perfect English, they meant perfect English for that time. How the fuck would he, how the fuck would he know perfect English for that time? There's always, like I said, there's a secret society, a breakaway civilization that's way advanced than any of us. It's been that way for thousands of years. And it continues to be that way to this very day. But let's hear the stupid bitch's bullshit.
in these ancient pictures and carvings. For example, one of the earliest pictures of a double helix was found carved on a large 6-foot round stone that dates back 7,000 years ago. If the image of the double helix was purely coincidental, isn't it made more so by the fact that the large 6-foot rock was shaped like an egg, the symbol of fertility and reproduction? Images of the double helix are also found in Sumerian pictographs from 4500 BC.
Hold on, stop.
Considering the fact
Stop,
that the
go
double
back,
helix
go
was
back.
Images of the double helix are also found in Sumerian pictographs.
Really? The lines aren't even fucking lining up, man. That one does, that one does, that one does, but this one's just floating in fucking limbo. That's not perfection. Now, if you argue that this is a depiction of the world tree with sacred geometry aspects in it, absolutely, absolutely. But to try to say that this is a double helix and they don't. It doesn't add up perfectly. This third one shows it's not adding up perfectly. It shows you right there. Even this one is kind of questionable. Oh, jeez.
From 4500 BC, considering the fact that the double helix wasn't even discovered until the 1960s.
Oh, and that is the nail in the coffin. That lets you know what mindset this whole video has been made, been orchestrated, and projected. Who was running the world tonight? Oh, the white guys. So therefore, since they don't know it, once again, just like the Americas, just like Columbus, they didn't know shit exists. Fuck, they was gonna call it. That's why they call it the West Indies now. Some people, but America was India because of the ignorance. This is what we're up against, folks.
It's clear that someone or something precisely understood what its role was in our body. The double helix symbol, also called the caduceus, is two serpents intertwined in a perfect representation of the way our DNA coils together.
No, it's not. That's not a perfect representation. There's no line going through our DNA like that. Don't forget, it's two strands. There's a strand here and a strand here with bridges across. Does that look like that at all? No.
Together. But what do the wings represent? DNA doesn't fly. Is it coincidental that these wings also appear on the creator gods, which are depicted in ancient Sumerian and Egyptian art and
Once
writing?
again, how do you know that they were the creator gods? Oh, because of Zachariah's extension. Okay, well, how does Zachariah's extension know? Oh, because he can read the clay tablets. Well, how could he read the clay tablets? Oh, and that's where the oath stops. All this is fundamental buffoonery. And the only reason why it's allowed to exist is because it still reinforces white superiority based upon alien, basically intervening into the natural human evolutionary process. Come the fuck on, guys. It's shit like this that has been reboxed, remade, genetic or eugenics, and all this crap. And I think we probably need to break that word down one day. Eugenics and genetics. The genetics in it. We need to break that shit down and see what's really cracking there, because words do have meaning. Let's continue with this chick's interpretation of this madness.
Writings. Could it be that the DNA symbol also depicts its source, those who descended from heaven to earth?
Mm-hmm.
In these images, those beings actually have wings. Just as a reminder, the caduceus is often incorrectly used as a symbol for medical practice, due to confusion with the traditional medical symbol, the rod of Asclepius, which has only one snake and is never depicted with wings. Finally, there is one more dot to connect here. In ancient Greece, the caduceus represented Hermes, or later, the same god by the Roman name Mercury, and the undertakings associated with that god. Those responsibilities were alchemy, or the transformation of matter, commerce, meeting business ends, and death. So, is it also coincidence that these were the undertakings of the so-called Anunnaki, according to ancient Sumerian tablets?
No, lady, I'm not going to let you fly. According to Zachariah Stitchin's interpretations of said tablets.
Tablets tell the story of those creator gods who descended from heaven to earth, genetically transforming existing hominids, the Neanderthal, for the purpose of their...
So, once again, this chick is just making it so easy. Neanderthals, where are they located? Oh, Europe. Oh, whose continent is that? Oh, the Europeans. Oh my God. And then, don't forget, Sumeria's in what we call the Middle East. Basically, like the middle part of that whole damn continent over there. Because I don't look at the continent of Europe as separate than the continent of Asia, which is separate than the continent of Africa, which is separate than the continent of India and fucking the Middle East. Because it's all one big ass landmass. The only reason why this is chopped up because some guy said, okay, we're gonna call this area this, we're gonna call this area that, and the people that was running the show used what he was saying.
Commerce in order to serve their race. Pure coincidence? Evidence of a destroyed planet. If the possibility of alien life seems too remote, it's worth noting a few things about our own solar system and the potential that life may have existed here when other planets had inhabitable environments. For example, in the 18th century, a German astronomer, Johann Tetius, noted a mathematical pattern in the layout of the planets, and he predicted the existence of another planet between Mars and Jupiter. Immediately, astronomers collectively sought to find it, but instead of a planet, they found what appeared only to be pieces of one. This area is known as our solar system's asteroid belt.
And that's another thing I just want to stop at right there. If you guys ever saw the show I did where about the making of the Earth, how basically it's an asteroid belt, it's really hot, and the balls, these little rocks here, these rocks all start just uniting, gravity. Well then, how come gravity hasn't, forced all these rocks to come back together and form another planet? If that's the way it gets down. Oh, jeez.
This hypothetical planet
Just say we don't know.
Phaethon, after the offspring of the sun god Helios in Greek mythology. But other legends claim there was a planet called Maldek in our solar system, which was destroyed by its own violent inhabitants eons ago. The legend states that some of its inhabitants managed to escape and colonize Earth, and that roughly 3/4 of our population are these descendants. If you insist...
3/4! 3/4 of the Earth are aliens and the other ones are monkey people. Okay.
That evolution is linear. This legend is a stretch. However, it does leave one wondering why the otherwise perfectly mathematical pattern of our solar system has a vacancy. Evidence of nuclear destruction on Mars. If Maldek wasn't home to alien life, one other planet might have been. Recently published news shows that Mars had vegetation and flowing water. In fact, there's water there still at the pole. NASA has known for some time, however, that Mars has a very high concentration of the gas isotope xenon-129 in its atmosphere. Xenon-129 is radioactive. It also
Come on. Fucking retarded shit. Sorry, guys. YouTube.
Does not occur naturally. It's the result of a nuclear explosion. It was determined back in 1972 that a nuclear reaction had taken place on Mars approximately 1.7 billion years ago. The head of the United States Atomic Energy Commission, the late Dr. Glenn Seaborg, won a Nobel Prize for his work in the synthesis of heavy elements. This notable scientist said, "There is no way a nuclear reaction could have happened naturally on Mars." So...
Wait. So the sun's not nuclear? The core of Mars isn't nuclear? Certain volcanic eruptions doesn't have nuclear isotopes or radioactive isotopes in the lava? I'm just saying, I'm just curious.
If the reactions weren't natural, the implication is that intelligent beings caused them.
Yeah. Okay.
It's already happening. In conclusion, if the collection of these facts still leaves room for doubt, or if it still seems far-fetched that some being could make or manipulate or arrange a biological pattern as small and fascinating as DNA, there's only one fact left to share. We're already doing it. Synthetic DNA made its first public debut in 1967, and for the last 50 years, it's likely that the published discoveries are years behind where technology has actually gone. You only need to compare more...
What did I just tell you guys? There's a breakaway civilization that is light years ahead of us. Now, they're sitting here talking about DNA was known back in the 67 or something. What she just said. Hold on, let me redo that just so that we're all on the same page.
Biological pattern as small and fascinating as DNA. There's only one fact left to share. We're already doing it. Synthetic DNA made its first public debut in 1967. And
1967. The first public. So that means they were probably doing it back in the 40s. Perhaps even in the 20s. Let's see. Let's see what she
for
says.
the last 50 years, it's likely that the published discoveries are years behind where technology has actually gone. You only need to compare Morse code to a cell phone or the first camera to the Hubble telescope to see the speed of technology in a few decades. So who knows what's really happening now behind closed doors with the manipulation of DNA? So on that day when alien beings descend and say, "Take me to your leader," we might need to greet them with, "Hey, Dad." Till then,
Oh my
consider what
gosh.
these facts and just
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I had to cut her short, man. You're gonna say, instead of saying, "Hey, black man, black woman of the world, you're our mom and dads. You guys built the pyramids, created civilization, blah blah blah." No, we're gonna thank some alien, who happens to kind of look like us. They're not melanated. Uh, Jeez, I don't even know what to say, man. It's this type of rhetoric here, this type of buffoonery, that just shows you the state of humanity. We are one. There's only one human on this world, and it's one who breathes, eats, and loves each other. That's all I need to leave you guys with. Have a wonderful day. This has been Special Report. I'm Truepowerismine.